They don't want you to understand what the real resurrection from the dead is. That it happens in many places every day. I shouldn't say every day, but at least every last Thursday in the month in America. That people are being raised on a regular basis from death to life by the lion grip, the Lion of Judah, pulling them on out the muck and mire. Are you walking with me? They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that there's a certain school that Jesus belonged to. He got raised a certain way. He got a certain information. You know, and his mother, yeah, she saw the star in the east. Yes, she was an eastern star. She saw it. She had to. You hear me? They want you to see it from the other side of the coin, from the Roman side of the coin, from the Greek side of the coin, from the Caucasian side of the coin, from their point of view. You know the point I'm talking about, don't you? They want you to see it from their point of view, not our point of view. But when you really step back and you start to analyze the Jesus story, and you take it gradually, and you look at the things he did, and you look at the situations that surround him, and you look at the problems that he encountered, and you stop and say, why? Why would such a good man have to go through so much suffering? What was the point behind it? Did Lazarus pass to school? Wasn't Lazarus pulled out by Jesus? Wasn't Lazarus supposed to be dead? Now, if you laying in the ground and you dead, you dead. And rigor mortis sets in, you dead. Now, any doctors or nurses or anybody know anything about the brain and death and oxygen and breathing? If there's anybody that does, please help me to help these folks to know that once rigor mortis sets in and that oxygen stops going to the brain, even if they brought Lazarus out the tomb, he still wouldn't know where he was. He would have been brain dead, unless that was some symbolic ritual. You see? And they called Jesus Rabboni. And they say it means master, teacher. You understand that? And Jesus thus was the master who was educated in the mysteries of Egypt, who also reached in the cave and brought Lazarus out of the muck and mire. You know why I say that? Because if not, Lazarus would still be alive, walking the earth today. Because it says in the Bible, it's given man once to die. Once to die, God said. So if Lazarus was dead and Jesus brought him back, Lazarus is somewhere still alive. Or the Bible is wrong. Or being misread. Because they don't know that the Bible was put together by a group of men who are a fraternal order, who took the Egyptian mysteries that they learned in Greece, constructed the rituals, the initiations, and brought it over to Jerusalem and introduced it to the rabbis, and it became the mystery schools of the Kabbalah and the mystical schools of the Essenes, who were practicing just the way the Egyptians. And Jesus was one of them. He did not practice Judaism the way they did. Did he keep the Shabbat? Yes. He was definitely able to be operative in his religious practices. Operative versus speculative. Meaning to actually put on the surface for people to see is to be in operation. For people to see it and not know what they're doing is for people to speculate at what they see. You understand what I'm saying? So there's two schools going on in front of you. There's the operative school and there's the speculative school. Most of your reverends, most of your pastors are master masons or Freemasons. You hear me? I ain't gonna give nothing I ain't got it now. Most of them are master masons or Freemasons, which means while in the church they are in operation, and while on the floor of the lodge they're in speculation. They're speculative and operative simultaneously. So while they're preaching to you, they're talking to you. But what they have learned in their head is totally different. What they've learned to believe about the Bible and the facts of the Bible is totally different than what they're saying to you. And when they finally reach the master mason or become an M&M and got to pass through the royal ark and pass the master, then they trade in the G God for the sun. And they begin to understand who Ra is and what he was asking about. The manifestation of light. The manifestation of light, the root behind its meaning is that there is no light. There's various moods of vibration coming to you at different speeds that give you the impression of light and color. This ain't nothing I'm making up, go study it. There's no some 90% of the things that you've been indoctrinated to accept and believe in your mind is illusion and myth. And one of them is light. You say, but it's light out here. But you know what I mean, this sun is giving off light. The sun is giving off energy, which we are interpreting as light in a dark place. So the sun has its value in darkness. What I mean by that? If 3 brighter suns came on, that sun would appear dark.